Now I gotta ride or die.
So guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are in a Toyota Land Cruiser, a short wheelbase variant, and we are making our way not necessarily an off-road part of the Isle of Wight, but somewhere we can take this and just, you know, put it through some paces, see what these are like to own, because they're expensive. These are pretty hard to find as well. I must admit, when I was looking around trying to find one of these, I don't know, trying to find a nice one like the example I have today is actually really hard these days. But if you like today's video, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel for more car related content like this. Let's go to some different roads today, not B roads, but some maybe off-road, slight off-road. We're interrupting today's video to give a massive thank you to today's sponsor, HelloFresh. HelloFresh is a rolling weekly meal kit delivered straight to your door with no minimum contract or commitment term. Everything in their recipe boxes comes pre-portioned, which means everything ends up on your plate. With 37 delicious, simple recipes, choose from rapid recipes, calorie smart dishes under 600 calories, veggie meals, and more. Today I will be trying my hand at their Herbie Burgers and Wedges meal. This is a very simple and easy to prepare meal with, again, everything portioned out ready for you to just chop up, season and cook. I cut the potatoes up for wedges and seasoned, ready to put them in at 220 degrees for around 25 to 35 minutes. We chopped the parsley, chilli into a bowl and added herbs, mixed in breadcrumbs, water and salt. I added the beef and seasoned with pepper and mixed together. After that, formed them into burgers and put them on a baking tray for 12 to 15 minutes. The side salad was really easy to prepare as well, cutting up the tomatoes, throwing a bit of chilli in and adding cider vinegar. Once everything was done, out it comes. And because at the moment I'm on a calorie controlled diet at the gym, this was the perfect, easy to throw together meal that fitted into my calories that day. After that, just simply plate up and enjoy. Get 50% off your first box plus 35% off the next 3 boxes plus 3 free gifts using my code Jamie50. Again, a big thank you to HelloFresh for sponsoring today's video. But let's get back to the action. So, 1996 Japanese imported variant of the short wheelbase Land Cruiser with the 3-litre turbocharged diesel up front. This one has an automatic gearbox. It looks the part though, doesn't it? How cool is this thing? Like, I love Land Cruisers anyway, and I might be slightly biased on the Toyota part of this video, but I do feel like Land Cruisers and the look of a Land Cruiser just looks so good, especially around the mediocre cars you see on the road these days. This just looks so cool. The short wheelbase look, the thick arches, the two-tone colour of this with the green and the silver, it just sets it off so well from an era where they don't do stuff like this to cars anymore, or vehicles at all. It just looks the part. You also have that Toyota badging. I will say that now, the Toyota badging is what makes this for me. I know reliability from the Toyota branding. The owner of this car has had multiple variants of this exact car, and he is thankfully let me know that it's not a problem. Toyota just keeps going. Yes, you need to service them and stuff, but if you are looking at the ownership side of this vehicle, it is going to go and go and go forever. They are absolutely fine, and I feel like you know you're buying that when you're buying a Land Cruiser. So as you can see, we've gone from road onto a slight byway, only a light byway for this vehicle. Again, these are commanding some money these days, so I'm not here to destroy it. I'm not here to put it through its paces and do jumps and stuff. We're not here to do that. We're just here to enjoy it. We're here to understand why you'd want one of these. Now, first things first, modifications, because this again isn't a stock truck whatsoever. This has a 2-inch suspension lift, something that if you're an owner, you will know full well these are expensive to modify. Something that you'd be able to get for a Land Rover, say, you know, 300-400 quid to lift it. These are £1,000 of suspension that's on this, and the owner has been telling me, you know, if you're not paying the right money for one of these, you're not going to get it, you're not going to get the right bit, so you have to pay what is Japanese tax on even the 4x4 stuff these days. This also has a set of aftermarket wheels and tyres, again about a 1,200 quid option if you wanted. These have all-terrain tyres on those, so not full on mud and not full on road, sort of an in the middle tyre, because the owner actually wants to take this, you know, pretty much wherever he can, so on and off road. And I must admit, on the way here, I wouldn't even know there was anything else other than street tyres. It feels like street tyres. On road, you wouldn't notice the difference. Off road, though, is where you'll probably find the difference from a full-on mud tyre versus these all-terrains. But I do feel like what we're going to be doing today and what the owner does with this, you're not really going to ever get this thing stuck. These do have factory LSDs as well, as we go through a bit of water there. Yeah, nice bit of water. And yeah, locking diffs are an option, I think, on the UK ones. Again, let me know in the comments below. I've done as much research as I can on cars like this, but again, Japanese import stuff is sometimes hard to work out what's right and what's wrong. But I think most of the UK ones of these seem to come with diff locks, whereas it was maybe an option, or if not, something that didn't come on most Land Cruisers from Japan. Now, this one's actually been here since 2004, so it's been in the UK, imported since that time. I'm happy to report that the owner that has recently bought this hasn't actually noticed too much rust on it. It's, you know, faring really, really well, considering, of course, once they come over to suffer with a little bit of rust. Again, if you're an owner, you will know full well that stuff like bodywork, especially arches, will go on these from time to time. And if you're after buying one of these, definitely look out for rear chassis and axle rust, because that's something you'll want to assess when buying it, because you don't want to be fixing that. So guys, we have pulled over. Let's have a look around this, because I feel like we need to assess how cool this thing is in person. I feel like it's one of the coolest vehicles we've had on the channel. I like stuff like this, but I'm slightly weird. Again, let me know in the comments below if I'm slightly weird, but silver on the green I think works with this series Land Rover. So this is a series 90 from 1996, so short wheelbase variant and a Japanese import. Sorry about the wind if you guys can hear the wind. But aftermarket bits include snorkel, we have a light bar just at the top, the aftermarket wheels with the all-terrain tyres just down there. We have a suspension lift as well. Again, a relatively expensive modification, just because these are expensive to modify. £1,000 to actually lift this vehicle. So think about that when, if you are buying one, you know, they are expensive to modify. That's just how it is, but they're expensive to buy in the first place, especially a nice variant like this. It has been enjoyed, it's been used for its intended purpose. Of course, it is no show pony, but it looks the part, even as is, you know, with just a suspension lift. Something's reversing, something large is reversing right there. Even with a suspension lift and just some tyres, it just works. It just looks so cool. I will show you guys inside. Again, typical Toyota / Lexus, because I like a Lexus, from this era. Buttons where they should be, mirrors folding in, all that sort of good stuff. But ST Mondeo seats, heated, wired in, electric down here, as you can see. It all works as it should, and automatic variant with a double in it as well. Good sound system in this with the Edge sound system. It works as a good off-roader, but also it's a really nice daily with that automatic gearbox. It just means you can sit around in traffic. It doesn't even matter. So yeah, really nice inside, comfy, quiet, as it should be, and especially with these tyres, it's quiet on road, which is perfect for, you know, an all-round vehicle. If this was, again, a first vehicle, your only vehicle, or a vehicle that you were daily driving, or even something on the weekend just for a bit of fun, it works in every single aspect. But let's jump back in this, go back down the trail, and conclude my thoughts on something that I already like. You know I like this car, you know I like it. Value. Let's go with values, because values of these have climbed, in my opinion, over the last couple of years. I'm going to say recent events again has, you know, a lot to play in it, but something like this could set you back, you know, for a cheap one, 4, 5, 6 grand. A very nice one these days. Yeah, I saw one this morning, low mileage, really nice example for £10,000. Yes, £10,000. And that's what's happening with the market at the moment. Whether that car sells, whether it's worth that money, is completely up to the market and who buys it. But I do feel like if you're looking around, you will notice, if you haven't looked, you know, in the past couple of years, you will notice full well the price increase and stuff like this. Maybe that's down to cool factor. I think it's down to cool factor. I love the look of these and the way they sort of present themselves. This one, being a Japanese import as well, has the round headlights rather than the glass headlights. Sort of Moret style, I would say. It just looks the part. I don't know what it is. I can't explain it. Again, if people like Land Cruisers out there, you will know full well what I'm talking about. But there's something cool about this. I don't know what it is. I just like it. Inside though, as we go down ruts and just with solid ease, I must admit it's the easiest vehicle I've ever brought down this trail. It's just I'm just sat here chilling, and it's absolutely just, it's doing all of the work and I don't have to do anything. It's absolutely lovely, it is. But inside we have typical 90s Toyota interior, pretty much everything that you expect from, you know, this era. Thankfully, having a few Lexus from this era, it actually shares quite a lot of Lexus Toyota parts. Of course, same branding, but we have very easy laid out cockpit in here. Everything's where it should be. There's no hidden silly buttons or anything. Windows are where they should be, and this is what I mean ergonomically, especially for a vehicle like this. They just got it right the first time round, and I'm in the lap of luxury in here, I must admit. It is so comfortable, even down the worst ruts and horribleness that we're finding down here. Hey, I'm chilling, I'm all good. See, I think as an owner, you will, you know, get something that is on and off-road very, very capable. They are nice and big in here. I say short wheelbase very, very loosely, because I do feel like these are quite big, especially when lifted. They are quite a chunky sized vehicle. If you have had or been around one of these, you'll know full well what I'm talking about, but I do feel like they are roomy, they are spacious. Even a short wheelbase variant, there's way more than enough room in the back. The seats fold down, as you can see in this one. They've folded down, there's a wheel in the back, and that's so far away, and that's a spare wheel for this vehicle. As we turn around, a beep when it reverses. How Japanese is that? I love it. And if we're, you know, talking about off-roading and all that sort of stuff, again, I'm no off-road extraordinaire, but turning around in that little lay-by there was super easy. The turning circle's fantastic on these short wheelbase trucks. I feel like you can't really go wrong in it either. It will get itself out. There's no massive overhang on this, and if you do want to take it off-roading, that's sort of what you're after. So to conclude, I would love one of these. I think they're absolutely fantastic. You can't talk me out of it. And I don't want to come biased into cars that I jump into, but I knew full well I would fall in love with this. I just think it's cool. It looks the part, and it's so comfy in here. But let's say at the end of the video, I'm a Toyota fanboy. It was going to happen. I was going to like this, of course I was. But don't let that deter you. Of course, if you're not into them, that's absolutely fine. If you can find flaws, please let me know. If you are an owner, in the comments below, let me know so we can learn a bit more about these vehicles, because I love the look of them, I love the idea of them, and obviously a Japanese model. There is a mirror at the front, and I can see the front of this vehicle and the side of it so easily, you have no idea. I can literally see how far away we are from everything. But as ever, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you did like today's video, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Again, this is no extreme off-roading, this is a valuable vehicle. It is a lovely bit of kit, so thank you so much to the owner for letting me take it out. And if you have a vehicle that you would like me to take out for the channel, please let me know. Shoot me a message on Instagram, Facebook, and any other social media account. But thank you so much for watching. We'll see you all on the next one.